Saturday, all here at the line fever, okay? All about this eerie freeze. We're just waiting to see how they come out and line up and the defense about the same too. Why don't you go check with them? Defense.
Do you have the offense or the lineup for the Cougars? I didn't see it in here.
Heritage Pioneers got here, Ty, and it was certainly a strange week up here at Pulaski County High School. Brian Dalton, James is 6'1", 227 pounds, while the junior Dalton is 6'3", 283 pounds. The tight end is a 68 pounds. The quarterback is a junior, Ron Branch. He's 6'3", 170 pounds. The rest of the offensive backfield looks like Juwan Clark and Garrett Hunter. Hall, 6'2", 220, and the senior is the wingback. The fullback is Clark. He's 5'11", 167 pounds, and the senior. And the running back is Garrett Hunter. And don't be surprised if Ty Brown doesn't get playing time tonight after his wonderful performance. Well, okay, Ty, the Cougars are down on the field, and all these fans, I bet we had about 300 fans that are walking back toward their seats as the Cougars are being introduced, their offensive unit. The captains have yet to meet. The three captains for Heritage are across the way, and Ty, they're wearing those white uniforms with the orange numbers, and all I can say is, boy, it's really tough to see. Okay, Ty and I will be back in just a moment to tell you about the coin flip, but first, this word from New River Oil.
At the left end position, line number 6, the senior, Jamar McNair. At the fullback position, line number 8, the senior, Juwan Clark. At tailback, line number 5, the senior, Garrett Hunter. At the D-back, line number 88, the senior, Matt Hall. And at quarterback for the Cougars, line number 2, a senior, Ron Branch. And the rest of the Cougars, under the direction of Coach Paul Hicks,
well, Juwan Clark leads them through the rows of banners down there as they run the gauntlet. And the captains are meeting out not at the center of the field, but out about the 30-yard line as they walk around the Cougar band. And we'll try to pick up some of these players for you as they're out there for the Pulaski County will be kicking off to the Heritage Pioneers, and after all the commotion this week of whether we would play Brook Point or this team or maybe even Eastleigh Glass, I think if we had beat Patrick Henry, we would be playing you standing back on the end line of the end zone is Dwayne Banks. And as I said, these orange numbers are going to be hard to pick out. Shane Graham, who hasn't had many kicks returned this year, will be kicking from left to right across your dial. Here he moves forward on the ball. It's a high end-over-end kick. Going to be taken at the 1-yard line. Looks like Brian Harris has the ball, and Harris is going to be stonewalled short of the 15-yard line. Just great defense by Pulaski County. Paige Hill among the tacklers down there. High, of course, as it always is, by Shane Graham, but this time it was a return. Wide receivers to both sides as Andre Hunt sets them down. Banks is his fullback. Sadler is the tailback. Give is off to Sadler, and he's jammed up inside. He may not have made it back to the line of scrimmage, but they do say he did. That's Sadler, the tailback, and he stopped by the center of the Cougar Pounds and a senior. And we'll look at it again. Looks like Sanders in there. We'll hold it just a minute. They give it off this time to Sanders, and Sanders gets up for a little bit of yardage up to near the 15-yard line. Let's give him 4 yards on the carry. This time they bring the wide receiver over this side. Maybe Brian Harris. We'll look at it. Quarterback Hunt calling signals from the near hash mark. They're moving from right to left across your radio dial. Gives it off to Sanders, and Sanders is hit right at the line of scrimmage, and no gain on the play. Fourth down 6 with the ball at the 15-yard line, and Heritage drops back into punt formation, and the punter standing back on the 2-yard line, awaiting the snap from center. Now they split out. What are they going to do? Are they going to try something sneaky here? No, they don't. Jamar McNair came up close, and he'll let the kick go. It will bound by him and end up in Cougar territory. It was really a bad kick, but it ended up. And so that was a pretty good ploy by Heritage, I suppose. No return on the play as Pulaski County goes on offense. Ron Branch will set them down as we have plenty of running room to the right side. Pitch out to Hunter to the 50, down to the 45, still on his feet, down near first down yardage. He had to get to the 44 of the Pioneers, give him to off return, and was injured and came out. And his spot was taken on offense by Ty Brown, defense by Branch. First and 10, Hall in motion to the far side of the field. Give it off to, quarterback keeper down to the 40, to the 35, puts it back into the 30. And we've got a penalty marker down at the 29-yard line. That doesn't look good for the Cougars as Branch was running the ball on first and 10 from the 43-yard lift against the Cougars. That will come from them to give him the 14 yards on the rush, but it's now going to be first down and 11. Kind of weird play. First down and 11 for Pulaski County now with the ball at the Heritage 44-yard line. We're scoreless to this point. Cougars kicked off to the Pioneers, forced them to go 3 and out. Give us to Juwan Clark straight up the gut. Got a nice little seam. He's down inside the 35-yard line to the 34, a real nice run by Juwan Clark, the 3-yard line. Ball just inside the 35. Ball virtually in the center of the field. Split backs in the backfield now, and we flip-flop the tight end and the wing back from the left side to the right side. Quarterback gives it off to Hunter. Hunter finds a little seam inside, has the first down, still fighting for more yardage. Now the line of scrimmage was the 35-yard line. He fought down, I'm sorry, I said McNair's, Jabbar Patterson. Patterson was split out wide to the quarterback's left this time. Strong side left, and we flip-flop Shockley and Craig Hodge from the left side to the right side. Give it straight up the gut to Juwan Clark. Has a nice seam still on his feet inside the 20-yard line. Now the line of scrimmage was the 28-yard line. He carried it for another first out, running room out to the left. This time on first and 10 from the 16. Pitch to Hunter, gets a good block down to the 10. jukes the man there, still on his feet, and they're going to stop him short of the first down. He got down around the 8-yard line, 7 or 8-yard line. They'll call it right there, about a 9-yard pickup for McNair as he brings in the play from Coach Hicks. Queen leads them out. Paul and Shockley over on the strong side to the left. Paul will come in motion toward our side of the field. Quarterback keeper, he's hit, breaks the tackle, goes into the end zone. Nice run by Ron Branch. Got a nice block at the line of scrimmage from Matt Hall to help spring him. A 7-yard touchdown run by Ron Branch. And Cougars go on top early on their first possession with 5:53 left in the first quarter as Branch carried the ball to the right side for a 7-yard run. Cougars lead it 6-0. And Shane Graham on to try the PAT. There's a snap by Dalton. The spot, the toe. He splits the uprights. Cougars lead it 7-0. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is Cougar football, 1995. Shane Graham set the kick off for the Cougars with 5:53 left in the first quarter. Cougars up 7-0. Nice 54-yard drive. They did it in 7 plays, but they had a penalty to nullify one of the plays. Graham forward on the ball. High, end over end kick. This one again will be returned down the 3-yard line. Brian Harris with the ball. Finds the seam up over the 20, to the 30, to the 35. Breaks the tackle there. One man can get him, and Derek Hunter hauls him down at the 48-yard line. And Derek Hunter hauls him down, and Brian Harris away from the end zone. Good field position for the Pioneers. They come out 2 wide receivers for the I formation out to the quarterback right, 1 to the left side. Quarterback Hunt calling signals, taking his time. Keeps the ball. Hunt coming down the line, gets across the 50 into Cougar territory, down to the 46-yard line. A 5-yard pickup by Andre Hunt on the quarterback keeper to the left here. They stopped Heritage first time after kicking off for the Pioneers. 3 plays and a punt. And then the Cougars took it 54 yards in 6 plays with Branch scoring. 7-0 Cougars, 2nd down and 5. On the carry is the tailback Sanders, and Sanders gets perhaps 1 yard, but that's just about all he's going to get on that carry. His 4th carry of the evening. He's got a total of 5 yards. That's going to bring him to the stripes. The uniforms are solid white with orange numbers on the jersey. It's an orange and blue stripe on the pants, orange helmet with 2 white stripes and a blue stripe down the middle. Quarterback on the option play, coming down the right side. Great defensive play. It was Matt Hall, I believe, came across as the quarterback was running to his right. He had a pitch man behind him, but Matt Hall says none of that last time from Gary Freeze. I believe he's their punter. He's standing back on the 40 now. They tell McNair to go back into safety position. They split them out again. 4th down. They will punt. Yes, he moves forward to kick the ball. It's a very short kick. McNair lets it hit. It takes a neutral bounce, if I may say that. The ball hit about in to replace Matt Hall. Give him a breather for 1 play. Operating from the near hash mark as Ron Branch sets them down. Double wing formation. Hodge in motion to the left side. Give it straight up the gut to Juwan Clark, and he's tripped up as he comes across the 20. It's up to the 22-yard line. Let's give, as we're operating from the near hash mark, moving from left to right across the radio dial. Cougars lead at 7-0 here with 2 minutes 40 seconds and the clock moving in the first period. Little mix-up in the backfield. Shovel pass to Ty Brown. He breaks a tackle at the 25, up over the 30 to the 35-yard line. Ty Brown. We're going to call that a pass play, Lannister, as you're celebrating your anniversary tonight. Right now, first period action. Time is back in down on the field. 2 minutes, 27 seconds left in the first period. Cougars are up 7-0. Branch calls signals now from the far hash mark. Gives it off to Ty Brown on first down. Brown gets around the corner up to the 40-yard line. And I believe we're going to have a little face mask on that as a 5 Pioneer. How flagrant it was. But I do know that Mr. Brian Harris on the Pioneer side just couldn't believe they called that one. And he won't believe this either when they moved the ball in 4 plays from their 19-yard line all the way down to the 45-yard line of the Pioneers. From the near hash mark, double wing formation. Hodge in motion. Give it off straight up the gut to Juwan Clark. He breaks the tackle as he gets inside the 35-yard line. Nice running, drove the ball 54 yards for a touchdown. In sixth place, Branch doing the honors from 7 yards out. Shane Graham adding the PAT, and that's the way we stand 7-0 here in the waning moments of the first period. Give it straight up the gut to Juwan Clark. Nice little hole he had, and he may have picked up 11 yards again. Cougars have a 1st and 10 just inside the 24-yard line of the Pioneers with 1:17 left in the first quarter. Double wing formation from the far side. Give it straight up the gut to Juwan Clark, and they're eating them up inside. Clark first time inside the 20-yard line. Give him 2nd down and 5 from the 19. Give is off to Ty Brown. He finds the seam up the middle. Down inside the 15 to the 10. Ty Brown down to the 9-yard line. Now got a 1st and goal from just inside the 10. McNair will be the tight end now over on the far side. Give is off to Ty Brown, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. He'll be lucky to get back to the line in 30 seconds. This is Cougar football, 1995. Coach Hicks is going to like this very much. We just had the keeping it right here, and we might mention that good friend Jack Williams tells us that his wife Janet is under the weather tonight, and she's a great Cougar fan, and Jack works so hard up here at Pulaski County High School. Both of them give very unselfishly of their time and talents up here to help all. Okay, 2nd down and goal for the Cougars from the 11-yard line. Got plenty of running room out to the quarterback's left. We go with a double wing. The lone man in the backfield is Juwan Clark. Quarterback keeper by Branch following Hall. He's down to the 5, and Hall just blocks them all out of the way. Hall took 3 men out of the play right down to the 2-yard line, and Branch took it in from 11 yards out. The first time he ran the touchdown, he ran to the right side. This time he ran to the left side, but this time it was really more evident what Matt Hall did, as Hall took out 3 people down at the 2-yard line. Well, he certainly did. Big number 88 had come in motion from the wing over on the far side and just led the quarterback in after he faked into the line to Juwan Clark. Here's the try for extra point. There's the snap, the spot, the toe. He splits the uprights, and Cougars lead 14-0. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Cougar football, 1995. Teed up on the 40-yard line, and a couple surprises tonight. The Cougars lead 14-0. Shane Graham has had 2 kickoffs returned on him tonight. Here's his kickoff, high end over end kick down. This one is in the end zone, about 3 yards deep, and that's the other. Then Harris got a great return on the one that came down for 3. All right, Andre Hunt sets down the I formation from the 20-yard line. Motion man, that's Sadler. Goes to the left side, pitch to the left side now. With the ball is the tailback, and Sanders up around the 25-yard line. Okay, the Cougar touchdown drive, I believe, time was 82 yards in 9 plays. Okay, Hunt sets down the I formation. 2 wide receivers out to his right. He fakes into the line, 7-step drop, fires out here into the flat, incomplete, broken up by Juwan Clark, and it was intended out there for Franklin, and unfortunately down there on the scoreboard, and the quarter mark is not showing, but we know it's second quarter action. Quarterback Hunt splits those backs in the backfield. It's a draw play, and they're not going to get the first down. Coming on the draw play was Banks. And Banks hits up to the 28-yard line, giving 3, but the Cougars on to punt. And the Cougars have 10 men up on the line of scrimmage this time. The Pioneers split out of that, and the Cougars cover them. Nice snap from center. They rush him hard. It's a terrible kick, Get out of the way, J.R. Brown. It hit J.R. Brown, and I believe Heritage is on the ball at the 42-yard line. He couldn't punt it very long, but darn if he hadn't been effective on a couple of them tonight. New life. Cougars lead 14-0, but new life for the Pioneers. Sadler in motion, pitch out, going wide is Sanders, finds a seam and cuts it to the inside and gets down inside the 35-yard line or thereabouts. Now the original line of scrimmage. Okay, after the punt recovery at the Pulaski County 42, Heritage is a 2nd down and 3. Give it to Banks straight up the middle, and he's a hard runner, but he won't get that 1st down as he hit for 2 tough yards, but that's going to bring up 3rd and real short. Have life after a fumble recovery on the punt at the Cougar 42-yard line. And actually it wasn't a fumble recovery. The ball just hit one of the Cougar players who wasn't expecting the ball to be there. And Heritage got life. 3rd down and 1 from the Cougar 33-yard line. Andre Hunt flips those back, call signals, gives it off to Banks, and he has the 1st down to the 32, maybe to the 31, but he'll pick up the 1st down as they begin to drive into Cougar territory following the punt recovery. 1st and 10. Kendall Shoots put out to the quarterback's right, 2 men over, to his left, 2 men to the right side. They give it off this time to the tailback, and he breaks the tackle going down the sidelines. That's Banks. And they had the backs split, and I saw number 20, but it would break the huddle, but they have no ball to play with as the officials have it over on the sideline. I think they're trying to decide whether he got a 1st down or not on the carry. That was Banks on the carry, and they'll give him 9 yards on the play. Going to be 2nd down and 1 as they are beginning to run the flanks pretty well. Again, they go split backs in the backfield. Hunt taking a long time calling signals now. Gives it off again to Banks, and he'll have the 1st down, but not a lot more as he hits for 2 yards down to the 20-yard line. 1st down. They seem to be running the flanks well. They split Shoot and Tibbs out to the quarterback's left. This time, plenty of running room left. Hunt split backs in the backfield from the near hash mark. Again, they give it off to Banks. He looks inside, goes outside, and is stopped at the 15-yard line. We've got a penalty. This time they split out Tibbs in the slot to the quarterback's left, and also to the top of the set is Shoot. Down here on the bottom is Sadler. I formation in the backfield. Quarterback rolling left. Now it's a screen pass to Banks, and he's hit in the backfield. Great play by Michael Coleman. A loss on the play. It's Mike Coleman back at the 33-yard line. Going to be a loss of 14-0, but Pioneers trying to take advantage of a Cougar miscue, send 2 wide receivers out to the quarterback's right where we got plenty of running room towards the Cougar team. Hunt with the I formation calling signals. Quarterback keeper on the option decides to keep the ball, and it's going to be stopped short of the 30-yard line, getting down to the 31, a 2-yard carry by the quarterback Hunt. But Cougars were quickly in there to seal it, and 21 at the 31-yard line of the Cougars, and look for the pass this time. High formation in the backfield. Again, 2 wide receivers out to the quarterback's right. 1 man to the top of the set. Quarterback calling signals, fakes into the line, fires long down the sidelines, incomplete, and I said down the sidelines, but it appears that pass play they had that the films clearly show the ball was behind the passer about 4 yards, and it was ruled an incomplete pass. It should have been a lateral, and J.R. Brown would have picked it up and waltzed into the end zone. Okay, quarterback Hunt rolling to the right side. Matt Hull strings it out, fires long down the field, intercepted by McNair in the end zone, and the officials are going to say he caught it at the 1-yard line. Okay, from the 1-inch line, Cougars are 99 yards in a bunch away from the end zone. Give it straight up the gut this time to Jawan Clark, and Clark bulls it out to the tight end. Greg Hodge comes out of the lineup, and Queen leads them out there. Cougars in a big hole here following the interception. Split backs in the backfield. Give us straight up the gut to Jawan Clark, and he dances around a little bit, gets it up over the 5, out to the 6. My, wouldn't that be pretty? Okay, what do we do now? We come out in a double wing formation, just one back in the backfield. Hall comes in motion. Wait a minute, penalty flag. Oh, gosh, we're going to get a 3-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal for taking too much time, and I hardly believe that time. That didn't take much time. 7.5, third down and 8, if you will. Ball back at the 4-yard line. As, well, actually back at the 3 now. Cougars going to be in a real big hole when they have to punt it out of here unless they can pick up big yardage here. Branch on the quarterback keeper, up to the 5, back out to the 6, and they're really trying to stick him there. There's about all 11 players from Heritage putting some licks on him there at the 6-yard line. They're going to send 10 people after Shane Graham as he stands deep in his end zone to punt it out, awaiting the snap. Good snap from center, plenty of time to get it off. High kick. They're going to get excellent field position as the ball hits and dies, and it's the 42-yard line again. And that defense has been pretty stalwart out there, and just a little bit bad judgment out there, intercepting a ball on 4th down at the 1-yard line. Gave us bad field position. 1st and 10 for Heritage at the Cougar 42-yard line. Quarterback keeper on the option. Pitches wide to Sanders, and Sanders has Jawan Clark hanging on to him for dear life as he comes around the corner. In the line of scrimmage. Timeout being charged. So we made a mistake there. We haven't paid for it yet. Quarterback on the keeper, tries to go inside, and Matt Hall and Mike Coleman say, baby, as he's cut down. Big 3rd down play coming up, but of course they're in 4-down territory right now. Hunt sets them down. Good grief, got 2 wide receivers in the bottom of the set, plus a wingman, just one wing back in the backfield. Quarterback is rolling out to his right where he had all those receivers set up. Chased hard by Brockmeyer, and Brockmeyer caused him to throw it away incomplete. Good. 4th down and 5. And they go with the same formation. 2 wide receivers down here to the bottom of the set. Ball at the 37-yard line. They have to get down to the 32. Quarterback again, rolling right. Here comes Mr. Brockmeyer again. He threw it before he wanted to. Intercepted by Jawan Clark. He intercepted at the 29, brought it back to the 36. First that the quarterback has had interceptions in this quarter. 1 minute, 50 seconds and running. Double wing formation. Greg Hodge in motion this side. Give off to Jawan Clark out over the 40-yard line. A fumble the ball. And wait a minute, the officials are saying it's down at the 42-yard line. Blinding here. Not too many more plays left. We got a timeout charge to the officials. And, okay, now he starts the clock again. Cougars come back to the huddle. Branch sends them out. Okay, now they line it up. Branch calling signals. Hodge in motion to the far side. Give it off to Jawan Clark. Spins and turns up to the 45-yard line. Get it out beyond the 46-yard line for the 1st down. 45 seconds and moving here in the 1st half. Branch fires complete to Jabbar Patterson, and he better tuck that ball in. He's got the 1st down. He's bumped out of bounds at the 49-yard line on the pass. Branch and 2 completions on the evening. One was a shovel pass to Brown. So we got 30 seconds left, 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Quarterback rolling right is rushed in the backfield, gets a good block, fires long down the field, intended for Patterson, and Patterson trips over the 5-yard line. And McNair brings in the play from Coach Hicks. We're at our own 49-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Branch calling signals now. 5-step drop in the pocket, fires well over the outstretched hands of Craig Hodge going down the side. Either go with the draw play now or they'll try another long pass. If they go with the draw play, well, that's fine. If they don't, then they'll give Shane Graham a chance to boot a long one. But well, you never can tell what they're going to do. But the draw play looks pretty good. They got split backs in the backfield this time from the near hash mark. Quarterback, 7-step drop, fires across the middle, complete to Shockley, down to the 30-yard line, and Shockley hauls it in, and he's down to the 25-yard line. He calls a timeout. Graham will come in to try a field goal. He'll set the tee down at about the 32-yard line, really about a 42-yard attempt by Shane Graham, and this is going to be about as close down the middle as you could get. And it's a nice play by quarterback and Shockley on the pass completion. And Shane Graham has a 42-yard attempt. Brian Dalton will snap it back to Hurd. There's the snap, the spot, the toe. And it looks, he busted it. Cougars up 17-0. And that's the end of the first half. Cougars lead it on the field goal. And the Cougars set that up really nicely. Tied 2 long passes down the field. Then they come underneath to set it up to Shockley. He hauls it in at the 30-yard line and takes it down to the 25, setting up the field goal. Well, let us guess, Chuck 42. Cougars stopped him. They stopped him with a pass interception on 4th and 21 from the 31-yard line. We intercepted the ball right at the goal line. Maybe a bad decision. Instead of having the ball 1st and 10 at the 31, we had it at about the 1-inch line. We eventually had to punt out of that gate. It was good field position again, but the Cougars were equal to the task. Stopped Heritage with an interception by Jawan Clark. The Pioneers will kick the ball from right to left across your radio dial. Cougars will be moving the ball toward the open end of the field. And back deep for the Cougars, Derek Hunter will go back around the 10-yard line. He'll be flanked to his left by Jawan Clark. To his right is Zach Linkus. I was trying to see who that was down there. It's Zach, and then they have one man up around the 20-yard line. That's probably Ty Brown. Can't see that jersey very well. They move forward on the ball. Short kick. Going to be picked up by Jawan Clark, and he's not going to get very much out of it because he ran laterally across the field trying to find a hole down, or at least put something on the board here, and keep Heritage's hands off the ball. Gives off to Hunter as he tries the left side, and he does get back to the line of Stone Branch, which we saw in the first half. But the question is who they're going to concentrate on. 2nd down and 9. Gives straight up the gut to Jawan Clark, and he's out near 1st down yardage, out to the 38-yard line. Left, operating from the near hash mark. 1st down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Queen snaps it back. Give it straight up the gut to Jawan Clark, and somebody grabbed an ankle as he came over the 40-yard line. And again, out wide to the quarterback's left from the near hash mark. Give us up the gut again. This is Dave Connor, his first carry of the evening. The ball is on the ground, recovered by the Pioneers, and the officials, I thought, were going to mark it down, but there was a fumble on the play at home. 46-yard line, 1st and 10 on a fumble recovery. Quarterback Hunt sets them down. Give is off to the tailback Sanders, and coming up quickly from the secondary is Derek Hunter to put the first hit on him, but he broke that tackle and was able to get 3rd period, and Heritage in Cougar territory now following the Cougar fumble. Quarterback Andre Hunt sets down the I formation and in motion toward his bench. Plenty of running room as he comes toward us here, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a yard or 2. The official's going to mark it down at the 47, the 1st down. Again, as we mentioned earlier, when they get down here, they're in 4-down territory. 3rd down and 3. Plenty of running room out to the quarterback's right now. Taking a long time calling signals now. Quarterback on the option play to the right side. Looked to pitch, decided to cut it back inside, and was hit hard, fell forward down to the Cougar 45-yard line. Going to be short of the 1st down. We're giving 2 yards on the carry, but they're a yard short. Going to bring up 4th down and 1. If he punts it, that's going to be fine. I don't think the Cougars think for 1 minute that they are going to punt it on 4th and 1 from the Cougar 45-yard line. There's a little motion. They center it back. The Cougars sniff it out as they centered it back to Banks, and I believe Banks wasn't ready for it. He hadn't called for it or something. As the Cougars take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Craig Hodge in motion, give it straight up the gut this time to Jawan Clark, and he's hit at midfield and takes tacklers with him down to the 48. Third quarter action, Cougars up 17-0, 6:35 and the clock moving here in the third period. Second down, pitch out to Ty Brown. He's got a first down to the 40-yard line. Now the line of scrimmage was the 48 back replacing Matt Hall. First and 10 for the Cougars from the far hash mark. They're moving from left to right across your radio dial. Double wing formation, Hodge in motion to the short side of the field. Give it straight up the gut to Jawan Clark, and he fights for 4 or 5 tough yards. Down just inside the 37 with 5 minutes 40 seconds. And the Cougars are running time off the clock. This is good for them because the clock is their ally right now. They lead 17-0. Branch gives it off. Nice hold for Clark, and Clark gets big yardage as the line of scrimmage was as McNair splits out wide to the quarterback's left. Ball in the center of the field at the 23-yard line on the 1st and 10 play. Branch spins. Oh, they come on the reverse this time to Craig Hodge. Tries to take it over the left side, and they sniffed that out pretty well, but he was able to carry the ball down to the 4 minutes and 40 seconds, and the clock moving here in the third period as the Cougars trying to add on to their 17-0 lead. Double wing formation for this side. Give it straight up the gut to Jawan Clark, and he's got good running room again. And we've got a penalty marker. Was that a penalty marker? Okay, and Heritage looks like they're jumping up and down there inside the 15-yard line. Now the carry was from the 20 down inside the 15 by Jawan Clark. They're trying to get them pried apart down there. Heritage was jumping up as if they recovered the ball. I guess they did often, but here comes Heritage back again. Now they haven't had a lot of success through the air unofficially, just one completion in 6 attempts. As the quarterback Hunt sets down the I formation from the 16-yard line. Deep in their own territory, quarterback gives it off to Banks, and the fullback hits straight ahead up to about the 19-yard line as the Cougar defense got him after a couple of yard gain, give him 3 yards on the play from the Brockmeyer's helmet down there. I think they've gotten that taken care of. Second down and 7 from the 19-yard line. That's their own 19-yard line. High formation in the backfield. Hunt took his time on the signals. Fires across the middle. Incomplete. Intended for his tight end, who was his 6th for the first down, so he picked up, well, about a yard there. Won't be able to count for that in my stats here. Quarterback Hunt sets him down in the I formation this time. 1 wide receiver each side. Quarterback keeper. It's a pitch out to Sanders. He kind of slipped. Is hit in the backfield. And Matt Hall, who originally hit the quarterback, now hits the ball carrier, Sanders. And I believe it was Hall just all over everybody. There's on the play as Gilbert comes out of the lineup, and Freeze goes into punt. He's standing back at his 2-yard line. I think they'll punt it this time, and maybe we'll get a return on this thing. Jamar McNair standing back at the 45-yard line. We haven't done very well on punt returns tonight. Jamar McNair will have an opportunity. Hauls it in at the 45, takes it right down the middle, still on his feet, and is crushed at about the 40-yard line. And they may give him a little forward progress down to 39, but 17-0, and we've really played to a stalemate during this period, although I believe the Cougars have had the better of it, but they've turned it over a couple of times. Quarterback sets him down. Now they flip-flop the tight end and the wing back from left to right. Give it straight up the gut. Nice hole for Jawan Clark. Runs over 2 men at the 35-yard line and gets down to the 30 Science Hill. We sure do. All right. Flip-flop the tight end. That would be Shockley and Hull, the wingback, from the left side to the right side to the short side of the field on 2nd down and 2. Taiwan Brown has the first down inside the 30, still churning on his feet down to the 24-yard line. Ty Brown goes from the 32 down to, and knows the ball well with a full length of the ball inside the 24-yard line from the near hash mark. Split backs in the backfield. Craig Hodge in motion to the open side of the field. He gets the second man through. That's Jawan Clark. And they sniffed that out pretty well as they try to go over to Javar Patterson. And Hodge, one of the players who comes out. Patterson split wide to the quarterback's left. 2nd down and 8. Pitch out to the wide side. And Hunter with the ball. Hunter down to the 15 to the 10. And licked hard at the 6-yard line. And Pioneers pointing as if they came up with the ball there. And I don't believe they did. Hunter on the carry down to the 6-yard line. Now the line of scrimmage was the 22. Another Cougar first down now. First and goal for the Cougars from the 6-yard line. They send Jamar McNair wide quarterback right. That's the end of the quarter. That's the end of the third period. Cougars on top 17-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Cougar football 1995. Somewhere between 5 and 6. And Brian Queen leads the offensive line out, and they've done a good job. Queen, Donovan, Phillips, James, and Dalton. We flip-flop from left to right. Give us off to Hunter. Hunter looks inside. Tries to go outside. No, says I'll go inside. Touchdown, Derek Hunter. Good blocks inside, but that's... Okay, Cougars up 23-0. Here's Shane on to try the PAT. Of course, Caleb Hurd is his holder. Dalton is the long snapper. There's the snap, the spot, the toe, and he splits the uprights. Cougars lead at 24-0. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Cougar football 1995. Back deep for the Pioneers should be Mr. Banks. He's been back deep all evening. High, in, over, in kick. Let's see if there'll be a return on it. No, he's in the end zone. He will not be able to return it. Ryan Harris tried. Yes, and Tom, Bob, and George. First and 10 for the I formation as Hunt sets him down now. Andre Hunt. Pitch out. Oh, a little trickery. They're going to throw a long pass. A halfback pass intercepted by Hunter at the 45-yard line of the Cougars. Back to midfield. Hunter gets a great block down to the 40, to the 30, and he got a great block there. Let me check him out. Was it Juwan or McNair? No, it was the evening. And we brought it back to the 22-yard line. Cougars lead at 24-0, looking for more. Branch down the middle, incomplete at the 10-yard line, but he does throw off balance and has some trouble with accuracy because of that imbalance in his step. No step into the ball. Give it straight up the gut to David Connor. David Connor down to the 15, makes a tackle at the 10, still on his feet, down to the 3-yard line. Dave Connor from the 22 down to the 3. He looked really good. Dave's a hard runner, and in the last 3 years, this year and the 2 previous years, he's got a lot of work in there. Of course, he's on lots of special teams, but he's a top 5 ball carrier in his own right. Okay, quarterback Branch calling signals. Ooh, boy, half the team offsides on that one. That moves the ball back. First and goal now from the 8-yard line, from the near hash mark. Give it straight up the gut to Dave Connor. He carries it back to the 4-yard line. Now the linesman over here on this side is looking at the on in there, but we'll see what we do. Maybe pass it around a little bit here. Let Ty have a carry out of it. Matt Hull set up to the quarterback's right this time. Look for it to go to the right side. They give it off to Ty Brown, cuts it back inside. Touchdown, Cougars. Kevin Phillips over there to seal it off. And all right, 10 minutes and 11 seconds left in the ball game. Cougars lead at 30-0. And Shane Graham on to try the PAT. There's the snap. The spot, the toe, he splits the other. 31-0. We'll be back in 1 minute. All right, Petey Hillsman, we're set to kick it off to you. Here comes Shane Graham moving toward the ball. High, end over end kick. It ought to push him back in the end zone, and it does. They fumble it out into the playing surface, but the officials say no. Defeated Brook Point. We'll be here again next weekend. If not, we'll do the Willie Nelson routine that we talked about last week. We'll be on the road. But let's hope we'll be right here. A lot of people would probably like to play Brook Point, but I like being here in Kenneth J. Dobson Stadium. Quarterback Hunt with the ball. Pitches wide to Sanders, and he's hit at the 21-yard line. First man to get him was Jamar McNair. And then there was Brockmeyer and Jay James, and 35 seconds and the clock moving. Now for Heritage, they split shoot out to the top of the formation. Down at the bottom, I believe they have Sadler. I formation in the backfield. Hunt taking a long time calling signals. Fakes into the middle. Quarterback draw, and he stood up at the 22-yard line. We'll give him 1 yard on the carry, and that's just about it. And I tell you what, the last Linkus in at a cornerback now. We'll continue to see other people get into the ball game now. Quarterback Hunt on 3rd down and 8. Rolling to his left, chased in the backfield, fires long down the field. There's a man open, but J.R. Brown knocks it away, and actually J.R. at midfield, and the punter Freeze, Gary Freeze standing back at the 7-yard line, anticipating the snap from center. And they spread out. There's a weird formation there. They spread people all over the field now for the punt. Cougars are overloaded on the left side there to send everybody, and this is probably the nicest punt that he's had tonight. It takes a pioneer bounce. It hit at the Cougar 45, rolls down to the Cougar 38-yard line, and Pulaski comes to wrap. 8 minutes and 10 seconds left in the ball game. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers from their own 32-yard line. Hunt with the I formation calling signals, comes down the line and is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Matt Hall on the stop, a 4-yard block. 7 minutes, 30 seconds. It's 2nd down, 14, 7:30 left in the ball game. Hunt splits his backs now. Taking a long time again calling signals. It's a draw play, and Mr. Sadler is not going to get the Banks, I'm sorry, on the carry. Will not get a whole lot as the line of scrimmage was a 20. To the top of the formation, Franklin Nash put out 2 men to the bottom of the formation as they move from left to right across your radio dial. Hunt with the I formation in the backfield, 28-yard line, comes down the line. It's a pitch out this time, and the ball carrier this time is Brian Harris with the ball, and Brian Harris carries it. They'll solve those problems before they host the game. When we say host, we don't know whether we'll be here next weekend or whether we'll be on the road. Depending on who wins the Brook Point game. And penalty flag goes down. Must be too much time. We'll hold it right here. Maybe we got too many men on the field. It's against two or a long two or a short 3, if you will. Freeze back to punt now. They split out of that. I don't look for a fake here. I think he's going to punt it. All right. There's a good snap. Cougars rush it hard. Shockley in there, and the Cougars will let it hit. Takes a Heritage bounce, goes all the way down to the Cougar 21-yard line. Yeah, and it puts a big question mark. You don't like to think about this, but what are we going to do next year? Brian Myers, good field goal kicker, and he'll get his opportunity. I bet he works hard this summer. Good kid, he'll get a chance. Branch goes back to pass, fires complete to Patterson up to the 35-yard line, and Patterson knocked out at the 41-yard line, and for the Cougars, a 20-yard pass play to Jabbar Patterson, and that's the out. Brian Queen leads out that offensive line with Donovan Phillips, James Dalton, and tight end Shockley. Shockley and flip-flop from the left side to the right side. Gives straight up the gut to Jawan. Got a little running room. He makes it all the way up to midfield. Jawan Clark, 9 yards on the carry. And he's been a worker here in the second half. He had 66 yards in the first half, but he's really been a workhorse, carrying the ball 9 times here in the second half. 2nd down and 1. They give it off to Hunter, and Hunter's hit behind the line of scrimmage, but manages to keep his feet. And now 19 carries for unofficially 123 yards. Hey, not bad. Okay, and if you'll pass the roster over here to me, and I sure do know who number 93 is tonight. When he, sure a lot of you listening out there remember Mike Root from last year's squad, contributing quite a bit to the linebacker position. And got a younger brother coming, and we'll hear a lot more from him in the next 2 years. All right, J.R. Brown in at quarterback, spins, pitches out this time to Zach Linkus, and he'll break a tackle at midfield down to the 40 and slammed out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Zach may have gotten the first. Okay, let's check these wide receivers out. Splitting out wide here, George Siegel in there, Bucky Siegel. Out to the left side, they give it off to Zach, hid in the backfield again, breaks that tackle, still on his feet, fights forward for 4 tough yards down to the J.R. Brown. Calling signals for the Cougars. In there at center now is Chad Sizemore. We'll try to get some more in there. David Chrisley in there at offensive tackle. We try to pick some out. I guess Jakuchik is still in there. Give it straight up the gut to Connor. Connor has somebody grab him around the ankles at the 30-yard line. He manages to break. Phillip Hurst in at wide receiver. He split out to the quarterback's left, and we're going to get called for too much time, and they knew they were in trouble. Phillip ran in quick. Okay, good to pick them out. We can see him. Craig Hodge, I believe, is still in there playing at the wing position. Here comes Hurst, splitting out to the quarterback's left. This time we're strong side to the right. The tight end in there is Mark Lineberry. Quarterback calls signals. That's Brown, and he gives it off to Connor. And they say, hey, nothing doing on first down and 50. Ooh, my. Okay. He's in there as an offensive guard. No, he's a tackle. Okay, give it straight ahead to Connor down inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. Right tonight. And I'm sorry, I've lost count. Your play-by-play man ought to know, sure. Okay. I mean, 16 on the season. Okay, but I'm talking about career total. And we're not going to send him in to kick it. It's 4th down and a long 5 from the 20. They give it off this time to Eddie Carter. And Eddie Carter on the carry coming out. I hope we have enough people left on the field to play. They're running in and running out. All right. Heritage calling signals. Quarterback keeper comes straight up the middle with the ball still on his feet over the 20-yard line. Good hard running that time. I think that is still Hunt in there on the carry. Bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Pioneers here. And this, maybe time for 2 plays. We're down under 20 seconds now. Taking a long time calling signals. Quarterback dives into the line, and he stopped up at the 24-yard line, giving 2 yards on the carry. And the clock is running down. That will be the last play of the ball game. The Cougars winning it 31-0 over the Heritage Pioneers. And Ty, I tell you, Cougars played hard. Cougars deserved this one. We made some mental mistakes out there tonight, but we whipped them. For Pulaski County, winning 31-0. This means that they will be advancing to the regional championship game. Now, their opponent will be either Brook